Zapier has paths. Make has routers. And n8n has switches. No, not that kind of switch. Switches are a construct common in many programming languages, but it might not be the first thing that you're looking for when you're trying to figure out how to handle an if this, then that scenario in n8n. It certainly wasn't for me. Until I knew how to use them, I did one of three things. I switched to Zapier, I switched to Make, or I created flows with lots of if statements, like this one, where you can see some ifs, but also switches once I figured out what to do. On the surface, ifs and switches look almost identical. Similar iconography, both colored green, just slight variations in the shade. Let's dive in by looking at a workflow on a self-hosted instance of n8n. This particular automation is looking for form submissions from a Webflow site and routes data to different tools depending on the form. The contact form adds a person to ConvertKit. The lead gen form creates a record in Airtable. Let's pretend we want to update this switch node to handle data from a new form. I find it easiest to work with live data. Maybe you do too? See how this area here is empty? In just a moment, it will have data. And for that to happen, we need to do two things. One, tell n8n to watch for data, and two, send data to n8n. We'll do that by navigating to this other tab with a pre-populated Webflow form and submit it. Now, back in n8n, we can now see the submitted data in the left panel. Since I want to route data based on the form ID, I'm going to create a rule that does just that very thing. We're looking for form ID, so we define the data element to check, and then the value. I also like to rename the output. This will ensure your arrow on the canvas has a relevant label. Tip: give all your nodes meaningful and descriptive names. This will be important as your workflow grows in size or you are debugging in the future. Once that's done, now it's time to send the data somewhere. Let's do Notion, which I added to the page and configured before recording this video. All we need to do is wire it up. I always add a fallback flow to manage the unexpected, such as when a new form is added to the site and has not yet been included in the automation. In those instances, we'll send a Slack message. There you have it. Now you know how to route data like a pro in n8n now that you know how to use switches. Happy building!